Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL. And today we're going to work with this template here. This is for 24 single strands. It's this top part here might look a little bit confusing to you. It's in case I wanted to have it as like a whole triangle start. The way I've got it set up is basically two triangles coming off of one loop. And then it's got some extra rows just in case you're trying to work out the pattern and you needed a little bit more space than that. That's the general gist of the template. The pattern, though, is we're going to take 4 colors and we are going to try to get a little messy, I guess is the best way to describe it. Somebody over on Reddit saw a bracelet that was pretty much somebody just freestyling, kind of going random with the pattern, and said, could somebody make a pattern of that? And I had said that something like that, you don't really make a pattern. It's letting yourself go do random stuff, you know? And they're like, yeah, but I can't do that. I need a pattern. And I started wondering, like, what would a pattern look like if you just kind of got a little bit random with it? And the other thing with those random ones is that they kind of get some symmetry going on, because they'll make the right and the left side kind of mirror each other. And I'm like, well, that's kind of perfect for like how I throw together various patterns, is because I mirror from side to side and top to bottom. So all I have to do is work out like a kind of a randomy thing going on in this like 1/3 space, and then yeah, just kind of let it do its thing, do whatever. That'd be kind of cool. So I'm thinking I'm gonna start off with a few, like these rows going across this way. It'll make it easier for when it comes time to joining them together and getting the bracelet started. So I think we're going to bring that yellow in over top of that blue instead. And that's one of the things we can kind of do with this, is you can kind of change, you know, whatever the knot is based on the feels, just wherever you want to go with it. Let's bring this blue, let's change its direction there. The yellow will come down. And get that blue again. Let's... So now we have just created a little diamond in the mix here. We've got a yellow and we've got a red. Let's see, there's an orange here and another yellow down here. Huh, I see something. If we go with the yellow and then we change its direction this way, we can bring this yellow this way, and then the orange can come here. That changes our red to come out that way. There. And at this point, we have to start making sure that we're paying really close attention that the colors coming through are correct, because a mistake here will definitely affect us as we try to continue this pattern downward. So we started out with a little diamond. It's got a little U shape inside of it. We're getting kind of random. It's fun. Looks like we got something we can do here with these reds. And this red this way. So that makes this one a yellow. We can make the yellow come down. So the yellow came down that way. We've got an orange over here. We've got another yellow here. It's hard to keep something looking random. It's just harder to necessarily pull off a completely random look. It's unless you're throwing dice and deciding, you know. Let's bring this red down a little bit more. Change its direction there. All right, so that will put a yellow here. That's interesting. There's a blue there and a blue out here. If we change the direction of that orange, we can get a red coming out with these two. So there'll be 3 reds right here. Let's just do a big patch. And that means there won't be any red at the other side for a minute, which should be able to make into something interesting out of that. I don't know what's going to happen up in here. But that was one of the things in the other bracelet. There was like big patches where colors came together and then get kind of pushed off and turned into other stuff. I don't want to make it like red is the dominant color or anything by any stretch, but we're just trying to mix it up a bit. All right, so the blue's going to come through that way. This blue will come through this way. We've got an orange and a yellow here. Let's fill in that. It'll become a diamond in the middle. Let's fill in the diamond of the blue with the orange. Pull the yellow. It gets changed in direction that way. That was the blue. Okay. We've got 2 oranges over here. Let's take advantage of those. Like that. We have a blue. And we have a yellow. Hit the outside line there instead. There we go, got yellow. So let's make this blue come down like that. And this blue will change its direction. So that changes up this yellow. Ooh, we got two yellows. So we have a nice yellow diamond with the blue going around it. Again, I'm just trying to sort of randomize things out here. Let's bring the orange back this way. This yellow will come out here, and we have a blue to close off this diamond. So I don't know how difficult we're necessarily making this. I'm not really taking into account difficulties or anything like that. I'm just sort of filling things in and trying to see how it'll go. Oh, our two oranges come out down here. Let's make this blue come across. We had all that red up there. Let's kind of mix it up a bit by changing that out. We'll do this. Two reds. We'll put an orange in the middle. That's definitely going to make it just a little harder to do, but it'll make it kind of interesting. Yellow and a yellow here. Make that a red. Red comes through here. We still have a ways to go before we even hit the center line. So we still have plenty of room to get creative. I don't know. It looks like we've got a bunch of yellow in one spot. So we change one of the red's directions right there. That'll change the blue. Bring this yellow this way. Okay, two reds coming together has to be a red square. Ooh. chance for the orange to do something interesting. A big double line of them coming through over here. Oops. And a single row coming in this way. So this is kind of making moments inside of the whole bracelet that we can kind of pause and make sure everything is kind of working right on both sides by having these big sweeping movements in it. So that'll be kind of nice. Actually, for fun, we can put the blue around the outside of that orange. So there's 3 strands of each color. So at any given point, I can look and see there's 3 blues here. There's 1, 2, 3 reds here. 1, 2, 3 yellows, and 3 orange. So that's a pretty easy way of maybe double checking to make sure that you haven't made a mistake. But I mean, it's not entirely foolproof. It just helps. All right, let's, oh, we can actually put a red row around this as well. That'll look kind of neat. Yeah, it looks pretty mixed up. That's cool. All right, what are we gonna do next? We've got a yellow over here. And we got a yellow this way. That'll space our red out a little bit. What if we take out this orange out to the side this way, and this one out this way? So in some ways, this is actually easier than actually doing it with the knots like normal, like just randomly pulling things up. And why I think it's easier is that I can kind of skip around and say, okay, I want a diamond over here, make it happen, and then figure out the aftermath of what strings were in it and where did they go. Normally you're just confronted with the knots that are in front of you, and it's a lot harder to sort of see your way ahead to see what kind of pattern it's going to create. So hit the line again. if you haven't figured it out, there was no point at all that I thought, oh, I know what I'm doing. I don't. I'm just messing with colors and strings and making sure that I don't make a mistake. That's all I'm concerned with. This is going to be a very complicated bracelet to make. Part of the craziness of it is going to be the fact that it's 24 strings across. Like, whatever I'm doing on this side, I'm also going to have to do on the other side. Oops. One, two, three oranges, 3 reds, 3 yellow. Okay. So we filled another little section. Kind of weird, a smaller diamond connected to the bigger one, but I think it'll look cool. We're almost to the middle though. That's cool. That's really neat. Make the red disconnect from that and then come outwards really big. Like that. We keep doing these little gestures, which are nice, but I think pulling off some big ones will make the bracelet look a whole lot cooler. We have a yellow out here. Let's make the blue go this way. So hopefully what you're taking from this isn't that Kevin is good at making crazy bracelets, but crazy bracelets can happen and it can be fun to make them, because that's really the gist I'm trying to give off here, is that you can do this as well. So that change of direction puts the yellow to come underneath. I've got a yellow on either side now. Ha ha ha. I don't even care what the center of that little diamond I've created is. I've got a nice, great big thing happening right near the middle. I think that's awesome. All right, let's see. We got a blue over here. We've got a red. This is probably like the most complicated bracelet I've made in a while, and I shouldn't even be like freaked out by it or anything. It's random. There's no basic right or wrongs to this. Do we want to do, oh no, hang on. Let's make this go straight. So we get an orange in the very center knot, and we can make this blue right in the middle of that yellow one. Red comes this way. A yellow strand. And so there we have our 1/4 of the bracelet all put together. All we have to do now is use the grid lines and the select tool. Control C, Control V, flip tool, and now we have it on the other side already. That's looking crazy. We anchor the layer, merge it down, again with the select tool. Control C, Control V. Flip it off this horizontal grid. Again, anchor and merge down. And there is our bracelet. It is crazy psychedelic. It looks sort of random. There's all kinds of things going on in it that'll make it interesting. It's just what you can do if you want to be creative, you want something completely different like nobody else has made before, and you want to challenge yourself. I think this is going to be quite a challenge to make it, but we'll find out tomorrow when it's all put together and we'll see how it goes. All right, thanks for watching. If you didn't know, this whole channel is made possible because of my YouTube members helping to buy the string and get the stuff. And if you wanted to be a YouTube member and help support the channel, that would be fantastic. It would help so much, you can't even imagine. And you could have your name on that list, right? All right, thanks for watching, and as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.